What's up everyone? Welcome once again to the channel. It's your boy Luis Portelles, and today we're going to be talking about Miss Universe Philippines, more precisely the standouts of the Hello Glow event that just took place a few hours ago, like as in yesterday. Talking about Hello Glow, don't judge me if I'm not really near to the camera. I just had a procedure done on my face, so I literally look like a tomato. Please do not zoom on this video. I'm trying to share content and stay in touch with you guys while at the same time not traumatizing anyone. So as you guys know, Hello Glow is one of the major sponsors of this year's competition. Of course, I don't think that this presentation necessarily has a big impact on the ranking or the way that the pageant will play out at the end of the day. However, every opportunity that we get to see the girls publicly, it is a great way for us to get to know them better, to see what they're capable of. And based on their performance on stage, I have selected a few of them that, in my opinion, stood out. Basically, 12 candidates that managed to grab my attention. Before I share my list, if you enjoy this type of content, go ahead and drop a like on the video, comment, subscribe, follow me, and of course, don't forget to share with a friend, family members, and other pageant fans. So that's enough of Luis talking. Let's get into my ranking. Alright, I have all my notes right here for the delegates, and at number 12 on the list, we have Miss Cebu, Tiffany Johnson. Honestly, I am really liking the direction where Tiffany is going, especially because I feel like Tiffany is peaking as we speak in the pageant. I feel like ever since the beginning, her looks have been getting consistently more and more impactful, and I really love her personality. Her vibe is so calm, so chill, so I think it really blends so well with the current looks that she is serving in the competition. You will notice that all of the girls had very similar looks for this particular competition because there was a color theme. So the looks are not radically different. I'm looking mainly at the performance on stage and the aura of how they carry themselves. At number 11 on my list, we have Miss Pampanga, Seral Payumo, who actually managed to receive one of the special awards given by Hello Glow. As usual, I think that Seral has a very strong presence on stage. She also has a very strong look. She's one of those girls that is able to get your attention, not just make you feel like, oh, I can relate to her or whatever, just because of how likable she is. She's a woman who commands attention. I think that even though the theme for this entire show was quite soft, quite delicate, she still came across as having a very strong personality. And of course, that's definitely something that the sponsors for the pageant seem to like, as she did manage to obtain one of the special awards. At number 10 on the list, we have Miss Southern California, Janet Hammond, which honestly, I feel like sometimes we don't talk enough about her. I really like this girl. I think that her looks are so put together. I think that she is very confident, she's very beautiful, and she really knows how to carry herself publicly. I also have to say that I am a fan of her fashion choices. I love the designers that she has been working with. Again, I don't know if for this particular presentation the girls got to select who designs their look, but one thing that I really like is that consistently across the board, regardless of the event that we are looking at, she always brings her A game. For me, that's a major indicator of consistency, which is key for a title holder. So I'm not saying anything so far, but I'm implying that the girl has a lot of potential, okay? Moving on to top 9, I have Miss United Kingdom, Christina Chalk. The girls from the overseas Filipino communities are killing it this year, and I love to see it. I'm really happy to see that Christina is getting increasingly more attention since the beginning of the competition, because I feel like perhaps her introduction during the press presentation a few weeks ago, it was not the strongest. Although when you get to know her, when you get to listen to her story, her comm skills and everything, she's definitely one of those girls who can provide a lot. I'm glad to see that right now we seem to be more in a place where the girl has had enough time and enough room for growth to show her full potential publicly, for pageant fans to see it. And I feel like overall, when I read the room, when I look on social media and everything, everyone seems to be receiving her message well and seeing her as a potential candidate to perhaps be in the top 10, top 5, and why not even win the crown of Miss Universe Philippines. She's being trained by some really good friends, so I know that she has a killer team behind her, and I'm excited to see her performance all throughout the rest of the pageant. It's time for number 8, Miss Zambales, Anita Rose Gomez, who never disappoints. This girl, I am I have to say it. I have to say it. And I know I've said this quite a lot, but every single time that she comes out, she impresses me even more. How she can be so beautiful, so graceful, so likable. I'm not even talking just about the videos that, were released by the pageant pages, but also I've seen videos of like fans interacting with her, and she always seems to be so sweet. Similar to my comment to Miss Southern California, I feel like Miss Zambales is one of those girls that to every single presentation always brings her A game, and there is no question about what is going on. And at least up until this point, there have not been any major missteps, in my opinion. One of the things that I did mention in the very beginning is that I wanted to be able to get to know her personality, see how eloquent she is, how smart she is, before I even focus on the physical side of things, which we already know that she has. She has that tiny, tiny, tiny waistline, which is incredible, but I also want to make sure that she's a woman of substance, and every single time she delivers just that. So my heart, as a fan, as a pageant fan, is very happy, and I cannot wait to see what else she will give us during the competition. At number 7 on the list, we have Miss Laguna, Alexandra May Rosales. My God, this girl looks absolutely incredible in her look. And I feel like in terms of the design of the dress that she's wearing, this is perhaps one of the most creative looks. One of, at least my favorite. I have to say it. I have a bias for this particular look, and I will stand by it. Alexandra is being trained by people that I know and love and respect so much. My KF family, Tito Rajil, and all of the amazing trainers at the camp. And I know the consistency and the discipline that they have when it comes to preparing their candidates. I think that all of that hard work is really reflected right now in the way that Alexandra is presenting herself. I love that, of course, she already brings the looks, but you can tell that this is an experienced girl. She has been working hard. The days at Bini Bini definitely helped a lot. And I am mostly pleased to see that she has not lost her essence, how spontaneous she is, how she loves to, just have fun and make jokes. If you guys want to do a little digging, go on my channel and you will find an interview with her probably like 2-3 years ago when she was competing at Bini Bini, and you will see that it's the same person, same personality, just as likable, just perhaps a more mature and improved version of herself. So hands down, no questions asked, her presentation on stage was one of my favorites. All right, we are halfway there. At number 6 on the list, we have Miss Taguig, Christie McGary, who, quite frankly, started being one of my top favorites, if I wouldn't say my favorite girl in the competition when everything started, with the presentation of candidates. I think that Christie has done an incredible job at remaining consistent and just delivering for every single one of the presentations. In my opinion, she brings a different vibe from other contestants because she comes from more of a mature background. This is a woman with more experiences than some of the girls, the younger ones in the competition. She's an accomplished professional. She has done a lot of things, including in the pageant arena. So I feel like Christie's approach is a bit more effortless than some of the girls who perhaps might have this be their first or second pageant experience. And you can see all of those things reflected on her performance. Now, one thing that I'm going to say, just to be completely fair, as I said earlier, Christie is one of my favorites since the very beginning, but I do see that some other girls are really stepping up the game. So I think that for Christie, in order for her to maintain the momentum, she will also have to step it up a little bit more because, the finals of Miss Universe Philippines will be in a little over a month. So you don't want to lose that momentum and have the attention, split and divided between, 50 candidates at this point. So just keep that in mind. But so far, my heart is very happy with Christie as usual. At number 5 on my list, we have Iloilo City, Alexi Brooks, looking incredible as always. And honestly, one of the things that I was looking for is because I read online that she had like a little wardrobe malfunction, which at least in the clips that I got to see online, I didn't see any of that. If anything, she's one of those girls who was having fun, who also managed to make the top 5 with a special award of the sponsor. So I think that overall, this presentation for Alexi was very successful. I truly think that it is very commendable that up until this point, Alexi being one of the girls with most support in terms of the public, how many people are rooting for her. She has not cracked under pressure. If anything, she has continued to grow. Every single presentation come out even stronger. And that is something that I really like to see. As I said, we still have over a month for finals. So there's still even more time for her to step it up, to surprise us, to impress us, And I can only imagine how this is gonna be a bloodbath once the actual challenges, swimsuit challenge, the runway challenge, and all of those things start being released. So to Alexi and the whole team, you are doing an amazing job. Moving on to number 4, we have Miss Baguio Tara Valencia. Oh my God. You know, initially, when I heard about Tara, I felt like she definitely has the looks, and I thought she will be a great Miss Universe Philippines maybe in like 2-3 years when she grows up a little bit more, when she gets a little bit more experience, when she's a little bit more seasoned. But I must admit, and there's nothing wrong with admitting when you're wrong, she has slapped me and like shut my mouth because this girl brings fire every single time. Her presentations are flawless. I feel like she looks like she's having fun on stage. She's not even nervous. And for someone of her age, that is so commendable. Keep in mind, this event is not just, like a sponsor event by one of the major sponsors of the pageant, but it's also a public event in the middle of a whole mall full of pageant fans and just normal people who are shopping around. So it can be quite nervous. They also have a set of judges for this event. So, pressure is definitely on. But again, I just admire the way that she has treated this entire experience so far. And I am sure that we have not seen the last of her just yet. All right, now let's get into the top 3, which goes to Miss Kainta, Stacy Gabriel. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy with Stacy. I am so happy. When I was looking at her performance, I just thought for a moment, this is so reminiscent of Binibining Pilipinas, where she absolutely nailed the swimsuit competition. One thing about Stacy, she might be shorter, but she is definitely mighty. I love that every time that Stacy comes out on stage, she brings the fire, she brings the energy, she brings the sass. She's one of those girls that is extremely entertaining to watch. And that, as a pageant fan, is something that you cannot fake. Sometimes it's like you are born with it. You have that X factor that really grabs people's attention and really makes them, gravitate towards you. The fact that Stacy is absolutely smart, really, really, really smart, full of substance, and that she is so likable, so relatable, that she is such a great communicator, that she is so good at connecting with people, not just communicating and blah, 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 but the fact that this woman is able to reach out to you in a crowd and make you feel like you are seen and that you are important and that you're having that one-on-one connection. That's so special. So at this point, I feel like Stacy is really stepping up the game. I feel like she's on the right path, peaking at the right moment. I just hope that we're able to, keep it going because we still have a little bit over a month. But so far, no complaints. My pageant heart is so full. Now that we're getting into the top 2, just before I announce, I really have to be honest with you guys, and I kept on going back and forth between these two, changing the positions, so keep that in mind. But for now, I'ma just go with my gut and how I felt about the entire thing. At number 2 on my list, we have Miss Quezon Province, Ati Manalo, who of course, since the very beginning of the pageant has been a fan favorite. Very similar to the comment that I made for Miss Iloilo, I think that Atisa has just been incredible at, being able to work and function and deliver under pressure because she is, if anything, the girl who might have the most expectation on her shoulders simply because she did so great at Binibining Pilipinas, winning the biggest title at the pageant, and then doing extremely well at Miss International, winning the first runner-up position. Now, going to Miss Universe, she had arguably more than some of these other girls to do the most in terms of rebranding, in terms of readapting, in terms of integrated other concepts that perhaps were not even so important for Miss International or Binibining Pilipinas. So I think that in that sense, we need to give Atisa her flowers, right? Every time that she comes out on stage, it's like a breath of fresh air. She's very likable, very beautiful, easygoing. She's one of these very relatable but still outstanding beauties, and that also translates through her personality. I am still waiting to see a little bit of a change in Atisa's perhaps like styling or perhaps like presentation on stage because I am still looking for that X factor for a Miss Universe, because whenever we select a candidate, it doesn't matter, who it is. I want the candidate to already have potential to be a Miss Universe. I'm not even talking about Miss Universe Philippines. I want to feel like, oh, this girl can do very, very well at Miss Universe. And I feel like up until this point, if Atisa was to be crowned in a month, there's still some things to address. But of course, that's something that can definitely be worked on and corrected with the help of her team. Hence, the reason why she is on my second position, which means that at the end of the day, the potential is still there. All right, and finally, at number 1 on my list, we have Miss Bacoor City, Victoria Velasquez Vincent. And let me tell you something, okay? The reason why I was going back and forth between Atisa and Victoria is because if I look back at my previous videos, my rankings and analysis and whatever I'm doing, I feel like Victoria is doing so well in my videos, often ending ranked at number 1. And sometimes I have to check myself and ask myself, is this like a little bias that I have? Am I being objective? Am I looking at things, with a critical eye? And honestly, like after questioning myself for a while, I just realized I just really love what she's doing. I think that she looks the part, she behaves the part, she speaks the part, she's smart, she has a great advocacy. So I feel like Victoria could definitely be an incredible title holder for Miss Universe Philippines. In terms of her presentation here at Hello Glow, I think that although every single one of the girls were wearing like a very similar color palette, she did still manage to stand out because Victoria, whether you like her or not, she has a specific type of beauty which does stand out. And in a lot of ways, it makes her special and it sets her aside from everyone else. We also have to give her flowers and acknowledge that the performance on stage, the way that she walks, the way that she carries herself is not only great, but it has also improved since her last stint at Miss Universe Philippines. So for me personally, she was the standout of the show. Let me know if you agree with me in the comment section down below. Let me know if there's someone else that you would have included on the list. I will be reading you, of course. And while you're at it, don't forget to drop a like, comment, subscribe, follow, and share this video with a friend. You have 5 things to do. That's your homework, okay? I will see you guys with more content. I promise I won't stay away for too long. I was just waiting to recover from this, but I think I'm good enough at this point. So, see you guys soon. Mwah! And yeah, take care.